Hey everybody, good evening. Welcome to the Paradigm Shift. Today we're going to be in conversation with Jaitrali Jhanjharya. She is the founder of Autoimmune, a silent killer. And I am not going to be telling you anything about this person because her condition is not her description. She's a complete rock star, and her grit, her sheer will to fight, her determination, and you're going to see that in the interview. So let's add her in. We've been on a break for almost 3 months.
Hi.
Hi. Good evening. How are you,
I am
Jaitrali?
good. I'm good. I'm doing great. How about you, Deepika?
Everything is fabulous. So we're going to start by telling everybody that how big a rock star you actually
Oh,
are.
yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm hardly a rock
Okay.
star. I just keep swaying
You
the wrong way, but nevertheless.
So guys, for Jaitrali's description, you have it in the caption below. Once this video is uploaded, you're going to see it. Anyways, so Jaitrali, to begin the story, let's go back into your childhood and let's tell us a little bit about your family, tell us a little bit about your youth, and tell us what actually shaped.
Deepika, you really want to get into it. It's
Yes.
quite a mouthful. Well, I have been raised by my grandparents, and I'm proud to say that my father has been in the armed forces. My father and my masa both have been in the armed force. My youth and my childhood has been quite extrovert, and me being like four hands full for my mother. If she's watching it, I'm sure she would love to comment on that. I I have been a notorious child. I have always been a notorious child. So my pet name
Okay.
is Chulbul. So you
Oh.
can imagine, I live up to the name that I was given. So
Okay.
that's about my childhood. I grew up at the age of 15. I fell in love with my now husband. So we had a 5-year relationship. Soon after we got married, I was just 20 and a little bit above 20 when I got married, and had my two kids. I have a son and a daughter, 25 and 24. And yeah, so that's about my childhood and my youth and my marriage. Yeah.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about, you have a very, very impressive resume, which we put in the caption. So tell us, how did you choose this line and how did you get into that? And tell us all about work.
All about work. It wasn't something that I chose. Digital chose me, I would say. Uh, I have been a very extrovert, as I said, but because I had my children very early in my age, I couldn't pursue my career. So I had to give a long gap before I could pick it up again. And
Mm-hmm.
it was only towards the latter half in 1990s that I picked up the job in around 1999, 2000. I just woke up and I said, okay, fine, I need to go back to work now. And I had no clue what am I supposed to be doing because I didn't study further at that point in time, and I was busy managing the kids and stuff. Uh, and I just went, and everybody used to tell me, who's going to give you a job right now? I said, let me try my luck here. Let me just go. So yeah, I went and I joined an entertainment firm, which is Subhash Ghai's production out, Mukta Arts. Started from there as a marketing coordinator. So that's
Mm.
my start of my career, I would say. And
Okay.
slowly I kept on, trying different things. I was in event management for some time. I was also in a magazine, working for a magazine for a short period, very brief period. And that was the time when Google was introduced. So the entire online thing was introduced in India. So I would say I'm one
Mm-hmm.
of the few initial people who had gotten introduced to the digital segment. And
Okay.
that time there was no digital classes that used to happen. So you had to make your hands dirty and you had to do everything. So be it creative, be it business development, you were there. Creative, you were there. Social media was not there so much at that point in time. So that's when I realized, yeah, this is something I'm loving to do. And because I kept learning as I did it, and I had to do everything, most of the things, like everybody had to do everything. So slowly, before I even realized that it has become my passion, and there was just no looking back. And I pursued with it, and as digital grew, and I must say that career has been very kind to me. So as digital grew, I grew with digital, and it was fun. It was awesome.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
So, Jaitrali, now, do you remember the day that you got diagnosed, and what was that like, and how did your world change?
To be honest, I was diagnosed in 2009, but while I had these symptoms from 2006. But autoimmune, forget multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis is just a fragment of the autoimmune by large. So there are more than 80 kinds of autoimmune disorders that exist today. And we didn't even know about what multiple sclerosis is. Today I call it my strength. MS is for my strength and not multiple sclerosis. But at that time I had no idea. And we were grappling in the dark, basically. We used to go to the orthopedic thinking that it is a nerve compression because my hand and feet used to just go numb. I used to have the pins and needle things, and I didn't know what was happening to my body, to be honest. And we kept shuffling between doctors, and they were not being able to diagnose it. Once I was just given a prescription saying that possible autoimmune disorder, which again didn't occur to us. What the hell is it? Nobody asked us to do an MRI, so we left it at that. It was in 2009 when I was in the office, and I just got up from my chair and I felt I didn't feel my feet. I couldn't feel the ground underneath my feet, and I just couldn't take the next step. And I had to call my driver up, and I had to ask my colleagues to give me a hand and somehow put me in the car. And we came back, and there again the entire chase had started. Going first was going to an orthopedic, wherein he said everything is normal. We did x-rays, we did all the things, and to my luck my orthopedic was really good. So he said, just to rule out, why don't we just do an MRI and see, just to rule out, because what she's complaining that, and that time I said that, I'm feeling like somebody has given me a local anesthesia. So while I'm feeling it, I still can't feel the entire thing. I'm numb. I cannot gauge when I'm walking. Uh, so we did an MRI, and bang we go. I had lesions in my brain and in my spine, and a lot of plaques in my brain as well as my spine. And we figured out that it was multiple sclerosis. And the question mark was, what is multiple sclerosis? And to add to it, I don't have one, but I have two autoimmune disorders. I have one called Crohn's, and one is multiple sclerosis. And soon after I was diagnosed in 2009, around 3 to 4 months after, I started having symptoms of Crohn's, wherein I couldn't digest my food, I couldn't digest my medication. It used to, the tablets, capsules used to come out as is with my stool. I used to bleed uh, mucus and blood, and it was very painful. And that also took a lot of time, because at that point in time, the doctors did not understand what is it. And MS, being a neurological disorder, it was most often said that your brain sends wrong signal to your body, which it does.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Mm-hmm.
were thinking that maybe it is, but over a time we I got myself checked, and when we did an endoscopy, we found out that, well, I'm rewarded with another yet autoimmune disorder, which is Crohn's. So yeah,
Oh.
so that is when
So,
I was, yeah, sorry.
no, no, go on, go on, go on, go on.
So that is when I realized, and well, I was asked by the doctors, okay, you have to take a sabbatical, and that was a boom of my career. And it was, I was growing along with the digital this thing, and the doctors told me, no, I don't think she can work with two autoimmune disorders. And somewhere some instinct told me that no, not to give up. I can still walk, and that was sporadic. So I was put on Solomidrol, which is a steroid, an infusion which is
Mhm.
usually given. So as and when the attacks used to reduce, I continued working, and
Okay.
yeah, so that's how it was diagnosed, and that's how it has been.
So, just to let me and the entire audience know, what exactly medically is MS and Crohn's? What does it do, and
Uh,
how does it? What exactly is happening to you right now?
So I'll tell you what autoimmune disorder is first. So autoimmune disorder is basically a healthy immune system defends your body from the diseases and from the infections that we get. And when an
Okay.
autoimmune disorder happens, that malfunctions. Your autoimmune disorder attacks your own immunity, which gives rise. It attacks by mistake thinking. So
Okay.
you're and that gives rise to autoimmune disorder. And autoimmune
Okay.
disorders can attack any part of your body. Maybe brain,
Okay.
maybe skin, maybe your eyes, maybe your ears, maybe your stomach, maybe your gut, anything. And MS is it's a neurological disorder. So it is a disorder of the brain and the spinal cord. So it is a chronic disease which affects the nervous system basically. So if I were to make it simple for the people, for the audience who are listening, if you see a cable, the cable has got naked wires inside. So what happens in multiple sclerosis is there is a flaking. It chips off the the cable chips off. So the naked wire is what is shown inside the body. In terms of the spine is also coated. So in our
Right.
cases, what happens is in different places from the brain till the spine, there are flakings that happen, and which
Okay.
causes your brain starts giving wrong signals to your body, and there are like more than maybe 50 odd symptoms that
Hmm.
I can just list down right now. Again,
Right.
MS, no two patients are similar. Every MS patient is different from the other. So while I say I might be having huge plaques or huge lesions in my brain or in my spine, I may not be even affected, or people don't even realize for the longest time that they are suffering from MS because they have zero symptoms. But even a small lesion or a plaque at some place, sometimes it activates so much that it becomes a turmoil in your life, and it can it can be a menace. It can be a complete menace.
Okay. And what
And
would you say are the
Crohn's,
causes? Yeah, sorry,
yeah,
go on.
I was telling the Crohn's bit. Crohn's is again, it affects the small intestine. So what
Okay.
happens, your digestion power goes, and you can't digest whatever you are having. And the intestine is covered with mucus and blood with ulcers. So when they burst, it it comes out as mucus and blood. So that is the Crohn's bit of it. Yeah.
Okay. So, Jaitrali, would you like to tell us what really causes autoimmune diseases or MS or Crohn's, whatever
Excellent
that you have
question.
learned?
Excellent question and excellent answer. There is no cause and there is no cure. So there is no cause. It is not hereditary. It is not genetic. It is not contagious. It is nothing. It is if you are destined to get it, you will get it no matter what.
Oh my God, that
Yeah.
hurts. That hurts.
No, that's the way it is. Like I can't blame it on anyone. I can't say I got it from here. I got it. Maybe God
Okay.
had its own will to, as I call myself, God's child with a twist. So maybe He
Right.
chose me.
Aw. Okay, so I have been, since I'm a vegan and I have been following a lot of people that are plant-based
Hmm.
on Instagram, and we interviewed a few people like Melissa Maris from America and Joe Cross from Australia, and they claim that a lot of diseases, not autoimmune, but a lot of diseases can be cured by eating right. In
Right.
your time, in all your time since 2006, 2009, since
Nine.
you got, have you ever felt or read or come across something that, uh, you know, eating clean, eating vegan, eating plant, this in some way ease the
So,
trouble that you're going through?
so I would say when I was diagnosed, there was, as I said, that there was very little or zero awareness about what autoimmune disorders are. And we all know that
Right.
any kind of diseases is basically either from the mind and from the gut. So
Okay.
while I agree to it, there are a lot of vegans that are happening. Yes, I'm also planning to go vegan. I have almost turned a vegetarian, but I am a little obstinate to give up smoking, which is a absolute no-no for all the people who are listening, and especially those who might be having MS.
Okay.
I haven't gone that way, but these are all on an experimental basis. So like there are a lot
Mhm.
of disease modifying drugs also which were not there in my time when I had got diagnosed, which have been introduced only
Okay.
during towards 2014, 2000, sorry, yeah, 2014, 15. Uh,
Okay.
and so I didn't have anything. So my condition kept deteriorating. So yeah, there are a lot of things which are people are doing. People are going vegan. People are doing towards moving towards yoga. People are moving towards meditation and stuff. But nothing is a proven thing as of now. So there are a lot of drugs. Like people are now talking. There are a lot of experiments which are going abroad also, which says that there is going to be a cure for MS. But as of now, we don't surely know. We are following a path. We are just, like you can call us guinea pigs maybe, because we are trying with all the trial and error to an extent that I have had a jugular stent which have been put because my jugular vein was 80% blocked, and somebody in a Canadian doctor had come up and said that maybe if there is a blockage in your jugular vein, uh, MS can occur because there is no blood flow which is happening. And
Oh.
to my fate, when I got myself tested, it was 80% blocked. So I had to be put a stent, a 2.5 inch stent is there still in my jugular vein. Today it is 100% blocked. And because it is a jugular vein, the doctors don't want to touch it. And they feel that because it is fatal, it can be the only way is an open surgery, or you have to be given ecosprin, which is also not safe because they might cause some kind of clots, might get into your brain or to your heart or whatever. So I'm living with that. So we are experimenting with things, but we don't know what is really going to work. Many people have benefited through vegan. I'm yet to try. As I said, that I've been obstinate not to give up smoking. If I do that, I think I should give it a try, and I'll be able to give you a better answer, a more firm answer.
Okay. So, like you said, you have been suffering with these things since 2009, and you
Mm-hmm.
were just talking about those drugs that have just come into the
Mm-hmm.
market, or just
Mm-hmm.
since 2009 till now. Do you find that the medical system has improved, and a lot more
Oh yeah, oh
medicines
yeah,
are
oh yes, oh yes,
available?
absolutely,
Tell us a
absolutely,
little bit about
absolutely. So when I would be going to a doctor and talking about MS, many people would not be even aware of MS. Today we
it.
have
Okay.
neurologists who are specializing in MS. We have
Okay.
neurologists who are specializing in MS. So it is far, far beyond when I was diagnosed. And if I were to compare with the people now, and because there are more DMDs, the disease modifying drugs that have come in, so the moment
Okay.
they are having it, they are getting an attack or they have been diagnosed, they are put on DMDs. So uh, the growth is not as rapid as it was in our cases, many of us like me, who were probably diagnosed in the earlier uh, years. So there,
Okay.
so it is helping, and a lot of people, a lot of doctors are now, as I said, they're specializing in MS particularly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Jaitrali, tell us, what were the obstacles and the challenges that you really had to go through in all these times? Like you keep saying, my condition has deteriorated. So, what happened? What really happened? What is happening with you right now? And tell us a little bit about your challenges and how you came through.
So to put it in short and crisp, it is deteriorating. And so for the longest time, when I said that the doctors had told me I couldn't work, and I had defied the doctor, I did work for 7 to 8 years post that. I continued working
Okay.
because I said, I think I can work till the time I can work, why not? Uh, but
Mm-hmm.
whenever I used to get the attacks, I couldn't walk anymore. It used to take a month
Okay.
for me to recuperate from there and then again get back to work. Then there came a time when I couldn't walk at all. That was when I got wheelchair bound. And so and it is not taken very lightly. So that is one thing that I would like to put up, like, I am doing the counseling, I'm trying to understand counseling, and I'm doing the counseling course to understand and also to talk to the corporates about it, because they have zero knowledge that MS people are not dumb. Just because they cannot walk or they have physical disabilities, their brain still functions. Yes, we do not function at the optimum at all times. We do have our fatigues and our brain, we cannot comprehend a lot of times, but that doesn't mean that we cannot work at all. So there are a lot of difficulties. Like, people used to come and tell me, oh, you look so pretty. What is wrong with you? You're just paining. I said, we don't pain our illness. If at all, we pain our smile. We smile through our pain. So that is what it is. Like, then getting onto the wheelchair, initially it was difficult for me that how would, people would look down upon me. And I was always used to wearing stilettos, and I was a fashion freak. Uh, and coming to the wheelchair, I used to hate it. But yeah, you get to now, I realize that people are not looking down upon you. They're probably, in a way, inspiring you. They're feeling that, oh wow, if she can do it, like, hats off to her. I look at it that way. uh, People telling me like, oh, today you're looking good, what pain you are having, and these are absolute no-nos for any MS, because it doesn't show on your face. It is the tip of the iceberg that you would be seeing everything. That is why it is called, it is an invisible disease. MS is also called an invisible disease that happens. Yeah. And what you see is just the tip of the iceberg. Rest, whatever, like, we go through anxiety attacks. And anxiety attack, when I mean, is not that anxious what you're talking about. I lose consciousness. I am completely unconscious during those times. I can't stand on my own. I can't walk on my own. Forget, like, outside I am of course wheelchair bound, but even at home I need somebody to take me even to the washroom. So there are a lot of challenges. Also, it becomes difficult to make others understand. So because
Okay.
they see me as you are seeing me, as you are seeing me right now. So they will say, what's wrong with you? So I had to find out, reason out things, even with my husband for that matter, even with my friend who's very close to me, who also is my caretaker. Uh, so I had to tell them, like, they used to tell me, just let's go for a walk. Let's just walk the house and come. I used to say, for you guys, you all are walking on a plain surface. For me, it's like climbing up a hill. And I can't. I'm fatigued. I can't do it. And our fatigue is, when we say we are fatigued, it's like, probably if one has gone through COVID, I'm sure one would be realizing the kind of fatigue they have. That is the kind of fatigue we go through day in and day out. When we say that our feet are numb, I had to actually say that, when you sit and you get those pins and needles for a long time, if you sit in one position, you get those pins and needles. That is what we are surviving each day. The numbness of the local anesthesia, that's how we feel. So we don't know where we are walking or where there is a stone. So we tend to, kind of push or slide our feet to walk. So yeah.
Oh my God. Guys, I have to tell you about Jaitrali. Like, she was just talking about this counseling course. So that's where I've been for the last 3 months. We've been in class together, and the day she talked about this, I said, this woman has to be on the paradigm shift. And
Thank you.
she is, and she is such a rock star, and I'll tell you why. So we were doing peer counseling, and she's just come out of chemo 2 days back, and she's like, guys, don't mind me, I'm going to puke once in a while. Okay. She had her little puke bag as if she's in a flight. She treated it like that. she had a puke bag and she's like, okay, 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 and it's 1 second, and she would go into a puke bag. So I am happy, Jaitrali, that we can actually laugh about this because
I don't have the
you
puke
know
back
what.
today.
No, it's okay. I mean, you know what I found in this woman is that doesn't matter what she went through the day before or what she's going through the day when we had a deadline for the assignment. She was there at the Zoom meet between the four of us, Prin, Arpita, and Jaitrali and me. She was there with her puke bag, and she's like, "Okay, we got to do this, and we got to complete it, and we've got to submit our assignments on time." That is what Jaitrali is from.
That was
Okay,
also
this,
because I had just come back from the hospital. If you remember, I had taken
yeah,
a few days off during the vacation. I'm on the DMD, and that is a chemo that I'm taking right now. So I must add to
right,
that also because I have two autoimmune. I have to take rituximab, the medication that I'm on, which is a chemo that is given to cancer patients as well. So I have to take that because if I'm given something for autoimmune, for MS, the Crohn's aggravates, and if something is given for Crohn's, the MS aggravates. So we had to come to a kind of middle point wherein we had to choose this. So I have to take this on and off as and when I get a trigger. So that was the
right.
time when we had that, and that was the after effects of the chemo that I was showing up.
So Sandeep Manipali wants to know what is the name of the drug, please. What's the drug name, please?
Rituximab. It is rituximab. It is Rituximab.
Okay.
Ximab.
Okay, so once this video is uploaded, I think we should just put that
Sure,
on it. I don't know because I don't know whether Sandeep is still on this.
sure, sure,
Tim
sure.
Jim
We can.
says, so proud of you, mom. Tim Jim, we heard you singing.
That's my daughter
Your
singing
daughter.
from somewhere else.
Right. Okay, and Alison wants to know, can you share what measures you have taken to heal yourself and which ones did you find the most effective?
Uh, so as I would put it, I wouldn't go the medical way because I do not want to prescribe. We are not supposed to be because what works for me may not be working for the others at all, and what works for the
Right.
others may not work for me. But what I did was a complete lifestyle change. For the longest time, I was into depression. I would like to say that, after I took a premature retirement, I had to take and I had taken the premature retirement, and for the longest time, for almost 3 to 4 years, when I was wheelchair bound, I really didn't know what to do, and I was always a go-getter. I was like, if you ask my mom, that I was a boy in the family, like I was a son, and that too a terrible son to have. So,
Terrible.
yeah. So, Devshika, you're frozen, darling.
Yeah. Can you see me now?
Yeah, I can see you
Are
now.
you okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Where was
Go
I?
ahead. Terrible son.
No, what was the question?
So
Sorry,
the question was some of the effective measures that you
effective
use
measures.
to.
This is a MS and Crohn's. Both are life changing. Your entire lifestyle changes for sure. Because what you could do, you will not be able to do. You have limitations. You have to accept the limitations. I think acceptance is most important in this case. If you don't accept it, you are going to be always kind of sympathetic about the entire thing. Oh my God, why me? Like I say, try me, bring it on. I'm all here. Huh, it is like I am like God's basket, like just pour it in, and she's all there. So I never
Right.
questioned why me. And you have to have an optimistic uh, view, optimistic outlook towards life. When something is lost, like we say that when one door closes, a lot more opens. So it took me time. I took to Buddhism after that. I practiced Buddhism. I really chant a lot. that channelized me somehow. I felt that channelized me to get into the counseling. It is not
Okay.
easy for me to do the counseling course. It's very difficult for me because, as I said, for me to comprehend, understand, it takes a lot of time. I got into the counseling course. I said, uh, why not help the people? Why not help the people who are undergoing the same thing? Why not talk to the corporates and get it better? So there are changes that we could be doing, and what helped me is I knew that I am not going to be going outside and work outside as I used to do as a business person or a marketer. I have to make peace with what I have right now.
Right.
And what I
Right.
had with me was Buddhism. What I had with me is the personal counseling. I also am a member of the core committee member of Multiple Sclerosis Society of India. I write a lot for MS Federation, International Federation as well. I'm a Rotarian for the differently abled, the abilities. I'm a the face of the Rotarian from Bangalore. So these things keep me busy. I write for myself. I write a lot. I read a lot. So all these things have happened in this due course in time when I didn't have time for all these things, and I feel in a way it is a blessing that had I not had
Right.
MS, had I not had to leave work, I wouldn't have been able to
Right.
pick up counseling. I wouldn't have been able to do and help people or even remotely connect with people, other people who are going through the same thing where what I was going through a few years back. So yeah, I think acceptance is the most important thing. It's the key factor too.
Right. So you just answered my next question, which was what are the paradigm shifts in your life that you actually, embrace to get through MS? And the the time that you said why me, try me instead of why me, try me. I think that was like wow, amazing. So anything else that you want to add up here for paradigm shift
Uh,
perspective?
I would say if there are MS patients who would be listening, I wouldn't know. But I think at any point in life, life always gives you a second chance. Don't give it up. Never say quits. I think, and never regret. I think that is one thing that I have always believed in. I have never regretted. I used to be a spendthrift. I used to do all the bullshit in time. I'm sorry for the foul language, but I used to like go crazy spending money, buying my gadgets. I'm a gadget freak. I used to do everything, and at one point, my husband, my friends, they used to tell me like, you are a like, you're spending money left, right, center. And now I feel that today I don't have any regret because I lived my life back then. I really don't have any regrets. So I can embrace whatever is coming in my life full heartedly, open minded, and I'm unlearning what I have learned before. And like right now, I'm using Dr. Minu's language. I have
Right.
unlearned a lot of things and trying to fill up my bucket now with the other things that are there. And more things are showing up as we are going. I'm moving in life.
Awesome. So, tell us one thing. What about Mediclaim insurance? Does just one second. Alison says, did you explore any nutrients or food related remedies? So, Alison, like we were talking about plant based and veganism, she
Yes.
didn't. But do you have anything else that did
No,
you?
I haven't. I haven't really tried. I haven't really tried, but I know that many people today, including me, I am thinking of going the plant-based therapy in the vegan way. But I haven't done
Okay.
it. As I said, that maybe if we talked at a later day sometime, I would probably be able to tell you that this has worked, and I'll be lying
Part
if
two.
I say, yeah, part two.
Jaitrali part two.
Yes.
All right. So, Alison, she was talking about Dr. Meenu. That is our teacher from the personal counseling class. So, no doctor from the MS fraternity. Okay. So, I want to know. We were talking about Mediclaim, insurance, all those kind of things. Does that cover?
Um, so no, initially it did not cover. For the longest time, it did not cover. But in the last few years, 2 to 3 years now, they have made those amendments, and we have MS insurance covers. we have worked towards it. Now we do have MS covers as well. But initially we did not, because it's a chronic illness like diabetes and all that, so you don't get MS, I mean,
Okay.
insurance covered. But now we have
Okay.
started getting that. Yeah.
And what about, are there any legal regulations to aid people with MS?
This is an interesting point that you have got up, and I must say that while I was working and I got to the wheelchair, I could no longer, I mean, at that time I was partially working actually, but because I had MS and they saw that I couldn't work at the Optimum, they stopped paying me. My company stopped paying me for 15 months and I resigned. My resignation was not accepted. And at the same time, I was being featured as top 10 and top 20 marketers, as I had shared with you. At the same time, I was called incompetent, and wherein I filed a case against him, and and there he called me incompetent because she was incompetent, so we have not paid the salary and whatever we had, but it was actually the NS, uh, and so now the legal law has come that you have to pay the person, the person who is working with you. One, you cannot fire an NS person. One, a second, if you're hiring, see the capability, see the capacity of the person, and you have to give them the job. And if
Mm-hmm.
not, if you have held up certain amount, you have to pay it with interest, or you're going to be put behind bars for 3 years and there is no bail. But this is still in the process. It is being implemented now. I would say 1 or 2 years only. I was uh, I was not so lucky to have gone through that,
Oh,
but yeah.
okay. Also, Alison wants to know the Mediclaim that we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Is that insurance? Is that only for MS or all autoimmune diseases?
No, so this is normal Mediclaim that we have had, and as I said, this is just happened. The Mediclaim thing is just come into the picture where they reimburse the entire money to us. So it falls under the general insurance, but you have to mention that MS is there. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have already said what you're doing right now,
Yeah.
and but I want you to tell us again, where are you now? What are you doing? And what do you want to do? And this course that you're doing, personal counseling, what are you going to, what are your, what is the vision that you went into this with?
I think I'm in a beautiful place right now. That's in terms of state of mind, in terms of what I'm doing, how I'm doing. I'm quite contented with myself within. Uh, there was a lot of pangs to do a lot. I wish I could have done that. I could have done that. I could have done that. I think I've come to peace with that, and now I have figured out that let me try doing what I can do rather than crying over the spilled milk and figure out that what I couldn't do or I want to do that I can't do. So yeah, my studies are keeping me busy. My Buddhism keeps me busy. My friends, I have a wonderful, wonderful set of friends who are there like rock solid pillars. Uh, I have few friends, but they are more than family to me. And so yeah, I keep amongst them and I take one day at a time. I believe that enjoy what you have today for tomorrow may never come. And I truly, truly believe in this because make the most of it because I never knew I'm going to be wheelchair bound yesterday. And I don't repent what I did yesterday. So similarly, I live my life, I take life as it comes each day. Live your life, be there, and you're going to conquer it.
Oh my God, that gives me goosebumps. I'm going to go and do some lot of shit now. Just wait a while. Alison, you're welcome, sweetie. Okay. Jaitrali, everybody, she's a great singer, and we're going
Thank you.
to.
We are not singing.
Yeah, we are singing. So your daughter can sing, and I'm sure she's got that from you. And I've heard you in the last class, and you sang a very, very beautiful song by
Nice
KK.
pal. Because we were
Yeah,
departing at that point in time. So I sang that song.
yeah. So do you want to sing? something else. I mean, you want to, uh, you know,
Yeah,
something to
I'll just
inspire people or
sing.
something, whatever, whatever.
Mm. Okay, I'll just give it a try. I'll just sing this thing line of Abhi na jao chhodkar.
Okay,
Is it
cool.
okay?
Yeah, yeah,
No, no,
cool.
I'm from the old school blog. So yeah.
Done.
अभी ना जाओ छोड़ कर कि दिल अभी भरा नहीं अभी ना जाओ छोड़ कर कि दिल अभी भरा नहीं अभी अभी तो आई हो अभी अभी तो I think that is it. Thank you. I can go on and on after that, right?
That was so good. That was so good.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so before we get into the last question of this talk,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
want to tell everybody, everybody that is watching this interview now and later, please follow the Paradigm Shift page on Facebook and on Instagram, because we bring you inspiring stories like Jaitrali's story here, people who have had paradigm shifts in their life for the betterment of self and the society around them. So, and
That's my sister
everybody,
also popping up in the middle. My
oh,
sister is watching. I just saw.
Sancha, is
No,
that her?
Manami. Manami. She went up.
Okay, Manami,
Yeah.
hi. Okay, so and Jaitrali, we are going to be putting your Facebook groups on the caption once this video is
Sure.
uploaded,
Sure.
because we want you to go and follow Jaitrali. Please follow Jaitrali, everybody that is joining from the Paradigm Shift, because she puts up information regarding autoimmune diseases. So there is a lot of information, there's a lot of content, and I think this is the need of the hour, where awareness is created, a community is created,
Absolutely.
and there is some kind of an inclusivity that is required for, like you just said, in the workplace and stuff like that.
One
So
thing, Deepshika, I would want to share another thing with the audience, particularly. Many people shy away thinking that it is some kind of a disease that they are suffering from, and they shy away and get closeted. Please, please, my earnest request, please come out, talk about it. There are people who could help you. We do not have, it is nothing to feel ashamed about. It's fine. We have a disorder. God chose us. That's fine. But don't stay, because you're only deteriorating by not sharing, by not talking about it, by not going to the doctor, by not taking the medication or the disease modifying drugs or the vegan therapy. You're just harming yourself. So please come out in the open, talk about it. Talk about it. I think Indians by far, they don't like to talk about any kind of autoimmune disorder, leave alone MS. Please come out and talk about it. There are a lot of people over here to help you out. There are people, we have institutions, we have committees who will help you out. So please talk, talk.
absolutely. So there is Pinakin 2811 says, hi, I've just completed 5 years and 6 months with MND, that is motor neuron diseases.
Mm-hmm.
So good. So Pinakin, if there is something that you would like to share, you can DM Jaitrali for
Please do.
to
Yeah.
make a community, spread awareness and everything. Preeti says, proud of your bravery, Jaitrali.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
absolutely. Okay, so the
Absolutely.
last question is, Jaitrali, is there some advice that you can give to people who have been very newly diagnosed with this disease? Is there some words
Uh,
of inspiration?
I am not very good at advising, not at all. But I would say that don't get spooked. Don't get spooked with it. I know that there is far more awareness like at my time, because I did not know, I didn't get that spooked also. But now people, since there is so much of awareness, there is and it is sometimes very remotely life threatening, also depends on how much you have deteriorated, how much it has kind of you've gone that way. Don't get spooked, take it head on. There is always a way, and now people who are getting it, they are far well managed than our times when we just had one disease modifying drug called interferon, and that's about it, which was equally vicious. So either you suffer with MS or you suffer with interferon, which is not so the case as of now. Now there are so many disease modifying drugs that has come out. There are so many alternative therapies that we are talking about, like plant based therapies, yoga, meditation. There are so many things. Don't get spooked about it. Keep your calm, take one step at a time, figure out, understand your body, and question the doctors. These are two things I feel it is must, because only you know what you are going and what you are going through inside. So do not say if the doctor, or even if your caregiver say, oh, this is nothing, this is a common cold, or this is no. You know when it is a common cold, and you know when it is an MS symptom. So understand your body, do ask the doctors, ask questions to the doctor till you are satisfied. I think if you take it as an advice, but yeah, I think this is what I did not do earlier, and I've started doing it. Till the time I am not confident and satisfied with my questions, I don't stop chewing their brains.
Great. Okay, one more question. I think I've missed it. I had noted it down. What is the advice that you will give your caregivers, the caregivers of the people suffering from MS or any autoimmune disease?
I'm sorry, I didn't caregivers of anyone. I think it is the same
Any, yeah,
thing. I think believe, trust them. Trust them, because a lot of our symptoms we cannot possibly make you understand or elaborate or make you feel even. So when we say COVID, we know exactly the symptoms. This happens, this happens, this happens from Delta, Beta, Alpha, whatever, the COVID. We know
right,
these are the symptoms. Unlike that, any autoimmune disorder, and particularly MS,
right.
there are so many symptoms. So that, I mean, somewhere you need to believe in that. You have to ask those questions. You have to, as I said, that you have to, don't get spooked by it. Take one thing at a time, and life goes on. I mean, there is always something to look forward to. I'm sure about it.
That is so beautiful. So, Jaitrali, that was an amazing conversation that we had with you, and I'm sure we spread a lot of awareness here. And once this video is uploaded, so this video will be uploaded on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, of course. So, Twitter as well. So, I will be sending you the link. Please follow us there, and
Thank you.
please follow the paradigm
Surely.
shift. And thank you
I
so
am
much, Jaitrali.
ready. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All you said.
Thank you.
Thank,
It's my pleasure.
thank you so much.
You
Thank you
chose
so much.
me of all those people.
Oh my
Thank you.
gosh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you so
bye.
much.
Thank
It's
you.
a pleasure talking to
Bye.
you. And thank you everyone
Thank
for
you.
watching the video. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye bye.